I'm on YouTube more than I should be. I'm trying to get better. But I have a question. Who do you listen to the most? Do we have a set person that we listen to the most on YouTube? Or just regular programming? I do believe that social media has made a lot of us have low attention span because uh, a lot can change. We have the subject matter, the preview, the trailer. We have um, the headline, and you click on it, and what do you get? The same old hogwash. I was listening to this one video. I listened to some of it. This guy was talking about why is Trump supporters so why is Trump and his supporters so cruel? I'm like, and this video was like 15 minutes long, and I'm like, it took 15 minutes to explain why they're so cruel. It's just a continuation of the cruelty that's been going on in this world for ages. And then, oh, hello. Hi. Well, glad to see you. Well, I just wanted to get on here and make a short video. Um, hello, hello. I know, that's what we do. We just go back and see what everybody's talking about. Well, I want to talk about the power that we have and the power that we don't have. And it's getting wider and wider because it seemed like the little power that we did have, it's not, it's getting less and lesser. And what is the dominant powers now? What it's always been the people with the big bank accounts. And we're making them even more richer with our out of control spending habits. Instead of spending our money helping ones that wish they had what we had. And a lot of times, and I've heard this from my own family members, I can't do nothing for them. I don't have much myself. That is not true. Most people would just be happy with your time. A lot of people would just be happy with a conversation. A lot of people would just be happy with something from the thrift store. It don't have to be nothing that costs a lot of money. But I know a lot of us have got to, a lot of us, I got family members, too good for thrift stores stuff. And I had some bougie people that feel like if you bought them something and you on welfare, it ain't you that bought it. It's the state that bought it. I mean, it's some, I don't know, it's some really funny acting people out here. Yeah, I had parents that just because I was getting a check once a month, they felt like when I bought them something, it wasn't worth it wasn't worthy enough for them to say, "Ah, I love you too." It wasn't worthy of them to say thank you. But we can do a lot to help one another. If we helped each other more, that dominant power would get slimmer. But it's getting wider because we're not helping one another. And uh and of course, even though it's more of us than them, we are not helping to shape policy, and we don't have the ability to shape world affairs. Even though what they do is going to affect us more. So I learned, and I know this, even though I'm much older, but we have to let these young ones know that it is survival of the fittest time from now on. This is nothing we're going to bounce back from. It's not. It's over with. It's out there. The government don't have to do a doggone thing for you. It's out there now. So if we don't, now the state could do what the state doing, what the state can do. And you don't know what to believe. You hear this and then you hear that. So what we got to do is we have to get out there and start getting people registered to vote, because I heard that the 2014, after all the annihilists and observation, the 2014 election had less votes than it did back in the 60s when mostly men were voting. Why is that? Because of the rhetoric that's going out there, the propaganda that's going out there, and the news cycle and the news carriers are everywhere on your Facebook page, wherever you look. Whenever you open up that computer or open your phone, you are bombarded with news, information, and then advertisement. Oh my goodness. Just look at something and you will be looking at it all day. So, who will be the next president? It's just something to think about, because who knows? We may not be here to see who's the next president. We all got an expiration date. But what really makes me upset is when they start talking about, oh, he may never leave. Oh, he might be there forever. Where is these people? Where these people come from? So we have to realize that we have to get a. It's hard. Oh, it's hard. We have to get a grip on our spending habits, and we have to get in tune with being healthy. We have to get up in the morning and stretch. Stretch. Read. Eat a healthy breakfast. All this stuff we have to do now. Because ain't nobody coming to rescue you. Because if you need care, it's a chance you might not get it. And a lot of us didn't know this, but it's some people out here that is dying because they couldn't afford health care. And when my daughter got sick and she had to be in the hospital for a week, and with her good ass insurance, she still had to come out of the pocket of $5,000. And then she needed afterpay and all that. But so a lot of us, it's too late for it. But these young ones have to realize that they can't be messing around if they care about their life and their family life. You can't be out there messing around because you gonna need good jobs, good health care. You're gonna have to you on your own. And it's nothing wrong with that. But the way they implemented, the way they did it is like snatching the IV out the arm while you getting treated. I mean, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's just like obey all rules as much as possible because you don't know what police officer might stop you. You don't know what kind of police officer might be at your door. And it's the same way with every election. You don't know what kind of person is going to be elected. And then hire people to in different positions. Because we see now that the people the people that is voting are voting against their own best interests because they don't want to see the other side get better, get help. That's what we're dealing with. And we see too that the other side is kind of getting weaker and weaker for some reason. So we don't really know because America is having is got a money problem. Because instead of these people with all this money trying to help the lesser get better, they don't want to do that. Even though it would be better for the world, better for the country, it would lessen the criminals, the crime. It would make the environment better. But they don't care about that. Why? because they have contempt for democracy. Yeah, when they called this country a democracy, when they wrote the Constitution, it was all a smoke screen. It was all to try to make uh, United States look good on the world stage, so they could have, so people could think they have the right to tell people what to do. Yeah, but we better start getting the word out that it is the survival of the fittest mode right now. And we're going to have to get people to realize that voting is important before it's too late. It's almost too late. Because you know how fast that river rose and overtook those people, swept away their houses, swept away their cabins, swept away their cars and RUVs. That's how fast. World disaster is going to come. Climate change, which is really just the other word of saying we are destroying the world with our uselessness, our garbage, our trinkets that we think we need, our cheap clothes that we buy, wear, throw away. Clothes. Yeah. Can you imagine getting all dressed up, clean as a whistle, and out there partying, getting high and get shot and killed in your beautiful, cheap clothes? And I'm gonna say it, and I'm serious. You know, it's sad. It's sad. Just like in Pennsylvania, where they had that mass shooting. They call it mass shooting. Well, 10 people they said got shot or something, and 4 people died or something. But this guy that was in the wheelchair, it's been all over the news. You know, they take stories like that that's really interesting that can get more views. He got shot in a wheelchair. And already got shot, but he was 17. That's why he was in the wheelchair. Why is you out? And they said he was an advocate for gun violence. But I want to know, why is you out there at night among a bunch of black folks drinking, knowing it's got to be at least 100 guns in that crowd? Why are you out there? And then a 15-year-old got shot and killed. Why is a 15-year-old out there? And I want to know is why the police did not disperse that group at 11 o'clock. Because they don't care. Because they be hoping more people get shot and killed. They can't get rid of the criminals, so they're going to let the criminals get rid of the criminals. Same thing. I mean, come on. We just had that mass shooting in Chicago, and then one in New York, and then. But us black folks is very stupid because we keep letting it happen. We keep letting it happen because nobody in that audience or that crowd, I should say, had sense enough to say, okay, it's too many Negroes drinking. It's time before something pop off. Let's let it go. Nobody in that crowd was that smart. I'm sure some did leave. I'm sure it was some smart ones out there that left. But somebody in that community should have made sure it was dispersed. Because I'm sure they seen young folks there. Because what else do they have to do? What else are they going to do? Read a book? Write a business plan? Open a business? And then that mayor, what is her name? I want to say her name. I thought she was going to be. I listened to her. I seen her when she got elected, and I thought she was going to do great things, but I don't see it. Mayor of Pennsylvania. Yeah, Sherelle Parker. Mayor Miss Sherelle Parker. Why wasn't she out there? And I told her before. I mean, I didn't tell her that before, but I made a comment that why is she not out there at night with her protection, her entourage, going around seeing what's going on at night? Because we see that these parents are not taking care of these children, and children do need help. They're not giving them curfews like we had when we was growing up. We knew to be home before the street lights came on. We were scared of our parents. I mean, we didn't go around killing our parents because they took our, what could they have taken? Our privileges or whatever, like some of these dumbass kids do. Because we didn't want to go to jail. We had a future. But that could have been avoided if they would have just shut it down at a decent time. But I'm wondering, did they want that to jump off? So we don't know. We don't know. It's it's a lot of Oreos out here. So if we want to live, we better get in survival mode because we have a lot to live for. This is a big, beautiful world. And we need to stop these people that are destroying it, that is taking it for granted, just to line up their pockets and get power over people because that's what they want. So we're going to be more responsible. We're going to be more intelligent. And we're not going to let people trigger us. Because I want to let this be known, especially to our young ones. Don't fall in the trap. Because I seen this video, and I didn't realize it was 2 years old. But it was a video, oh shoot. It was. I have said numerous times on this. Okay, it was about the headline is racist Karen trucks N-word get snatched and beaten. Got 1.1 million views. And I wrote, when are we going to stop being triggered by ignorance? Just for talking points, a viral moment, 15 minutes of fame. Or you might go to jail, or you might even be killed. Because you know what? It's all kind of traps out there. Because you don't know what person's going to wake up in the morning and say, I wants to kill me a nigga. They said the other word, but so I'm going to go out here and call a black person a nigger. And they're going to get crazy and attack me. And I'm going to shoot them. One down to 50 million to go. That's a trap. That's for, some people devise a plan like that to, they easily say, I feared for my life, even though they started it. We learned that with Trayvon Martin. They start something, and we finish it by getting killed. And the person walks, make money, sell the gun, 15 minutes of fame. All that money wasted on lawyers and court costs and all this stuff, but you still there trying to prove a point that you ain't a nigger. Okay. The jail cells are full of niggers, okay? We all have encountered them. Them the ones that's breaking in your house, robbing your store or your place of employment. But you're not getting mad when somebody called you a nigger because they called you a nigger. You're getting mad and you are lashing out because it's a learned behavior. Because that's what you see on TV. Because that's what you see on Facebook and on Roland Martin going viral. And you have to prove that I could be just as ignorant as you. Instead of walking away or fighting it in court if it's possible, or speaking knowledge. Just like that incident I seen on this young black girl, this white young dude gonna tell her to go pick some cotton. She gonna start hitting the dude. For what? You couldn't think of nothing intelligent to say to him to make him feel so small that an ant was bigger than him? You couldn't make him feel as small as an ant. You couldn't think of anything to say to make him wish he was never born. No. Only thing you knew to do was lash out. Now, they didn't show that part, but we don't know. Could have got an assault charge. But anyway, I'm just saying, don't fall for the trap. It ain't worth it. And the bad part about it is, we called each other niggas all the time. But as soon as it come out of a white person's mouth, oh, the ignorance just overflows. All right. Thank you for listening. Survival of the fittest is here. Take care. Love you too.